Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I would like to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahawah Bahashem, Yahawashi Bahashem, Rekah Kwadash. I would like to give double honors to the head apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, the true leaders of Israel to this day, who taught me this truth. And I would like to say shalom to all the Akim and the Akwath that's believing on this truth and that's seeking their salvation at the hands of Yahawah and his only begotten son, Yahawashi. I would like to say shalom. So today I'm going to entitle my video, The Breaking Point. The mighty men of Babylon has forborne to fight. Okay, the mighty men of Babylon has forborne to fight, but this war will continue. Thus saith Yahawashi Yahawashi. And before we play this video that I have pulled up on the screen, all right, we're going to get a precept, but also let's get this copyright disclaimer. This is for educational purposes only. I'm making no monetary gain at all. All right, let's get the book of Jeremiah 51 and 30. It says, the mighty men of Babylon has forborne to fight. Okay, see, no one wants to go fight in this unlawful war, okay? But we know that this is prophecy. This has to happen. Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashi, okay, is bringing all these nations together, okay, because he's getting ready to come redeem his people, okay? You got to go to this war. You got to go fight in this war, okay? This is a bad time to be in Esau's military. Okay, no matter how bad you want to come home, no matter how bad the circumstances is on that ship, okay, you got to go fight this war, okay? Niggas would rather jump overboard, okay, and commit suicide than go to this war. Well, at the end of the day, this war has to be fought, okay? This war has to be fought. Let's read. The mighty men of Babylon has forborne to fight. They have remained in their holes, okay? See, a lot of people are going to try to skip out on this draft, okay? But if you're sanctioned, okay, to go down to the valley of Yahawashi, okay, you're going to go, all right? It's going to happen. This war, okay, will happen, all right? This war will happen. Their might has failed, okay? Babylon's might is failing real time. They became as women. They have burnt their dwelling places. Her bars are broken. All right. The mighty men has forborne to fight. Let's play this video clip.
At the start of the Iran war, the United States had two carrier groups in the region. One of them had multiple difficulties, including the underwear section of the ship catching fire. That's a Gerald Ford, as well as people accidentally flushing socks and T-shirts down the toilets, clogging them up. So the Gerald Ford carrier group had to retreat from our war effort. That left the USS Lincoln, which cost us something like $10 or $20 billion to produce, which cost us, I think, around $8 million a day to operate. I was just doing a little math. That's about $300,000 an hour to keep that thing going. Let's check in on how it's going. Not so well. I'll put this first element up on the screen. Sailors are trying to jump off the thing as it's been out in the ocean for more than 240 days at this point. Let's roll. Let's roll this first thought.
You guys, there's a mental health crisis happening aboard the USS Lincoln in the Middle East that no one is talking about, and mainly because the Navy's pretty much quashing it. You will read online about food shortages, supply shortages, poor morale among crew members. That's because they've been at sea continuously for 250 days. They've been deployed a total of 271 days, 250 without a port of call. That's unheard of. Normally, they would go to port every 3 to 6 weeks. They have not been to port in 38 weeks. Keep in mind, there are 52 weeks in a year. And yes, the showers are moldy. They're eating basically like a gruel kind of slop at this point. There's no deodorant. There is no toothpaste. My nephew has a friend on board there, and I was basically hearing updates last week when I was in the States in real time. They're not talking about the mental health crisis. 6 people have tried to jump off that ship. The most recent was last Monday. You know, when you have not touched land in 38 weeks, in over 200 days, things start to happen to you mentally. You know, combine that with exhaustion and deadly mistakes start to happen. So, you know, this is how the Department of War, this is how Donald Trump treats our servicemen and women, whose lives are already being put in harm's way for a bullshit war of aggression that was supposed to be over in a matter of weeks. We are further putting their lives at risk out of sheer ineptitude and neglect. It defies logic, it defies reason, and it defies basic fucking humanity.
And this is not just a guy saying his nephew talked to his cousin. We can put up this next element. I think it's E2 from the Military Times. Multiple USS Abraham Lincoln sailors have tried to go overboard amid extended deployment, families say. So this is extraordinarily serious. This is, you go back, you read novels or about like 19th century seafaring. Okay, they had it worse than these guys had.
Yeah.
This is not good.
No.
I mean,
38 weeks.
They're getting resupplied, from shore as quickly as possible from little, shuttle boats going back and forth. But this is getting dark, and this is what the U.S. has to threaten Iran with as it's going into these negotiations, or negotiations that aren't exactly happening, right? Like, if you don't give us what we want in these talks, we're going to, unleash hell on you again, because we have the fearsome USS Lincoln nearby, which we spent billions of dollars to construct, and many billions more, training and recruiting sailors and supplying them. And if you're looking at this, you're like, I'm not so sure this is in fighting force. If, it has already moved significantly out of, close range of Iranian missiles, which undercuts the whole point of having an aircraft carrier group, right? It's like supposed to be mobile and get you close to your targets. Now, if they come under, drone barrages or other cruise missile attacks, you're going to be, the sailors who are in charge of the defense of the ship are not going to be at their peak performance.
Clearly not. So Stars and Stripes, which my recollection is the Department of War has tried to sort of editorially assert dominance over, also reported yesterday that there's this massive meeting between families of people who are deployed on the USS Lincoln and Navy Secretary Hun Cao. In one case, they say from this meeting, a spouse tearfully told officials that she received a message that same day from her husband saying, quote, he hopes he doesn't wake up tomorrow.
Yeah. I mean,
38 weeks in.
Right. And for what? It's like not really even in the fight. And
I think that's what's so demoralizing probably for them.
The actual for what is that it's there to provide missile defense for Israel.
Right.
Like that's the Navy's main role at this point in the region, is if hardcore fighting breaks out again, Israel is down to, as we've reported, double-digit ballistic missile interceptors, and is relying almost exclusively on the U.S. Navy being nearby to be able to shoot down Iranian cruise missiles. Otherwise, Tel Aviv would look like Kyiv now, which has basically depleted its stock of missile interceptors. And now, when there are ballistic missile attacks from Russia on Kyiv, you see headlines of 10, 12, 25, 55, like significant casualties because they're no longer able to shoot them down.
Yeah, they also don't have a publicly announced return date. And so they're just kind of in limbo. And that's enormously demoralizing too, especially when the commander-in-chief is vacillating back and forth between, well, the war is about this, or the war is about this. The war is over, the war is not over. I just can't imagine. They were supposed to, the anticipated end date was back in May, and now they don't have a return date. There doesn't seem to be an end in sight for them right now. They did a record deployment without what's the best way to put it? Without a port stop. It's a bad situation. Bad situation for everybody. If you support the war, this is obviously a bad situation. Even if you are one of the few people in this country that actually supports the war, this is a bad situation.
Yeah. Yes, indeed.
All right, let's move on, Ryan, to your reporting out of Gaza.
It is not a bad situation. They done let these small hats drag them to this last and final war. Okay, Babylon done ran into a wall of prophecy, and it ain't no turning back. You niggas are stuck, okay? Y'all are stuck in the midst of prophecy, all right? Prophecy is getting ready to play out. Let's go to the book of Joel, all right? We ain't gonna keep this long. This is Joel chapter 3, starting at verse 1. It says the nations will be judged, okay? And the worst judgment is gonna come over here to Babylon the Great, okay? This place is about to become a vast desert, okay? Never to be inhabited again, all right? Babylon is circling the drain real time, talking about this is bad for everybody. No, okay? This is great for the elect of the nation of Israel, okay? It says, for behold, the day in those days, and in that time when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem. See, this is our good news. Our captivity is up. What is that? Isaiah 40. Let's get that right quick. Our captivity is up. This is Isaiah chapter 40 and 1. It says, comfort ye, my people, saith your power. Speak comfortably to Jerusalem and cry unto her that her warfare is accomplished. See, we getting ready to go home. Okay, so this is great news to the elect of the nation of Israel. Okay, we don't give a goddamn about these damn Babylonians. Y'all ass is stuck in prophecy. Okay, that her iniquity is pardoned, for she have received of the Lord's hand double for all her sins. Okay, so let's go back to Joel. See, this is great news to the elect. Okay, our captivity is up once again, for behold, in those days and in that time. And see, we're coming into that appointed time where judgment is getting ready to go forth. And then also, salvation, redemption, our Savior is coming. Okay, we're in that time. Okay, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, I will also gather all nations, and I will bring them down into the valley of Yahawashi, and I will plead with them there for my people. And when you go into that word plead, it means to judge. Yahawashi is not getting ready to beg nobody for nothing. Okay, King of Kings, Lord of Lords ain't getting ready to beg for nothing. He's coming to bring forth judgment. And I will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land. Okay, and our land is parted over there between all these heathens. Okay, it tells you in the book of Luke how our land will be trodden underfoot by the Gentiles until the time of the Gentiles be fulfilled. And we're coming into the time where these Gentiles, okay, are getting ready to be removed out of our land, okay, and get put head first into captivity. This war has to happen. Prophecy has to be fulfilled, okay? Verse 3, and they have cast lots for my people, and have given a boy for an harlot, and sold a girl for wine, that they may drink. Yeah, and what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon? Okay, you goddamn Hamites, stinking ass Africans, okay? And all the coast of Palestine. Will you render me a recompense? And if you recompense me swiftly and speedily, I will return your recompense upon your own head. And this is why, because you have taken my silver and my gold, speaking about the children of Israel, as it's going to tell you, and have carried them into your temples, my godly, pleasant things. The children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have you sold to the Grecians. Okay, and when you go to Amos 1 and 9, it tells you how, matter of fact, we'll just get it. Okay, we'll just get it. Let's go to the book of Amos, chapter 1, verse 9. It says, thus saith the Lord, for 3 transgression of Tyrus, and for 4 I will not turn away, I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because you delivered up the whole captivity to Edom, and remember not the brotherly covenant. Okay, so you goddamn Hamites ain't no nation gonna get away. Okay, because when you truly understand what's going on, okay, and who the children of Israel is, you should know that every nation under heaven has played a critical role in the downfall of the nation of Israel, and everyone is getting ready to get their judgment. Okay, the children of Judah and the children okay, the children of Judah and the children of Jerusalem, all 12 tribes, have ye sold into the Grecians, that ye might be remove them far from their borders. Behold, I will rise them out of the places where they have been sold, whether ye have sold them, and I will return your recompense upon your own head. And I will sell your sons and your daughters into the hands of the children of Judah, and they shall sell them to the Sabeans, a people far off, for the Lord has spoken it. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war. Okay, war is being prepared. Okay, whether you want to go or not, war is being prepared. Wake up the mighty men. Okay, and we seeing the kings of the east. Okay, being put together, just like it tells you in the book of Ezekiel, chapter 38. Okay, we're seeing wars go up the escalation ladder. Okay, prepare war. Okay, wake up the mighty men. Okay, Babylon, you better wake your ass up. Okay, because the kings of the east ain't playing. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hook into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. Okay, and we see that happen in real time. Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about thither. Cause the mighty ones to come down, O Lord. Let the heathen be awakened and come up to the valley of Yahawashi, for there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. Okay, put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Okay, it said, put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Yahawashi is coming to reap the earth. Okay, come, get ye down. For the press is full, the fats overflow, for their wickedness is great. Okay, your wickedness is great over here in Babylon, and now you don't want to fight? Nigga, please, you about to go fight. Multitude in the valley of decision, for the day of the Lord is near. The valley of decision, the day of the Lord is near. Okay, we in the new moon Shabbat, and we're seeing these different planets line up, eclipses happening. Okay, these are the signs of the time. Okay, this war has to happen. Okay, the sun and the moon shall be darkened, the stars shall withdraw her shining. The Lord, Yahawah Hashem Yahawashi, shall roar out of Zion and utter his voice in Jerusalem, and the heavens and the earth shall be shaken. But the Lord will be the hope of his people and the strength of the children of Israel. So shall ye know that I'm the Lord, your power dwelling in Zion, my holy mountain. Then shall Jerusalem be holy, and there shall be no strangers to pass through her anymore. We getting ready to go home, baby. All right. Verse 18, it says, and it shall come to pass in that day that the mountain shall drop down with new wine, and the hills shall flow with milk, and all the rivers of Judah shall flow with water, and the fountains shall come forth of the house of the Lord, and shall water the valleys of Shittim. Egypt shall be a desolation. Okay, America is about to become a vast desert. Okay, this is spiritual Egypt. Okay, this is this new Egypt, and it's about to become a desolation in Edom. Okay, why is Edom linked up with Egypt? Okay, because this is the new Pharaoh. Shall become a desolate wilderness for the violence against the children of Judah, because they have shedded innocent blood in their land. And see, this is the heavyweight champion of blood, and now this nigga scared to fight. How you the heavyweight champion of blood and you scared to go fight? Okay, that's because you done hit the wall of prophecy, baby. Okay, but Judah shall dwell forever, and Jerusalem from generation to generation. For I will cleanse the blood that I have not cleansed, for the Lord dwelleth in Zion. Your ass getting ready to go fight, boy. Okay, your ass getting ready to go fight. It's the second Esdras, chapter 13. And 8, and after this I beheld, and lo, all they which gathered together to subdue him were so afraid, but yet does fight. Because even though they getting ready to fight each other, when Yahawashi come back, they going to try to fight Yahawashi. Okay, see, these nations are going to war against each other, but Yahawashi coming to clean up shop, baby. For lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his hand, nor held sword, nor any instrument of war. But only I saw that he sent out his mouth, as it were, as it had been a blast of fire out of his lips, a flaming breath out of his tongue. He casted out sparks and tempests. And this is coming from the chariot, okay? And they were all mixed together, the blast of fire, a flaming breath, and the great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude which was prepared to fight, and burnt them up every one, so that upon a sudden of an innumerable multitude, nothing was to be perceived but only dust and smell of smoke. When I saw this, I was so afraid. So yeah, even though these goddamn nations, especially Esau, Edom, are gonna be afraid to fight, okay, they gonna have to fight. So at the end of the day, once again, Babylon that ran into a wall of prophecy, okay, the mighty men of Babylon, okay, has forborne to fight, but this war will continue. Your ass got to fight. So with that, I'm going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahawah Hashem Yahawashi, Bahashem Rekai Kwadash, double honors to the head apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to all the Akim Nakwaf. Shalom.